This Friday, see what critics are calling a cold-blooded masterpiece.
Hello, Finney. You're dead. Dead is just a word. Did you think our story was over?
Discover the secret
You brought us here for a reason.
behind the mask.
What do you think happens when you die? It's time to find out.
Ethan Hawke,
I'm not afraid of you. You should be.
Black Phone 2, only in theaters Friday. Rated R, under 17, not admitted without parent.
This episode is brought to you by Indeed. When your computer breaks, you don't wait for it to magically start working again. You fix the problem. So why wait to hire the people your company desperately needs? Use Indeed's sponsored jobs to hire top talent fast. And even better, you only pay for results. There's no need to wait. Speed up your hiring with a $75 sponsored job credit at Indeed.com/podcast. Terms and conditions apply.
1,
2,
3,
4.
Monster movie.
Fun time, go! Monster movie.
Fun time, go. Monster.
Movie.
Fun time.
Go!
Monster movie. Fun time, go.
With Precious D and Honey Bee.
Fun time, go!
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, friends and neighbors, welcome to Monster Movie Fun Time Go 31 Days of Horror. Mars Needs Movies. I am your host, Precious D, and my guest today is my good friend Jed.
Howdy.
This season we are looking at movies of alien invasions, incursions, infiltrations, and visitations. And today's movie is Close Encounters of the Third Kind from 1977, directed and written by Steven Spielberg. It's 135 minutes in color in English. The budget was $19.4 million and the box office $306.9 million. Damn.
I'm pretty sure I got that in pocket change.
Jed, why did you choose this movie to review?
Well, it's actually one of my I'm a huge Steven Spielberg fan, and of his movies, there's probably two that are my favorites, and it's this one and Jurassic Park. And so whenever I saw that this one was on the list, I had to do it. It is one of those movies where to me, it feels like if something like this were to happen, this is almost like you're a fly on the wall watching it actually happen. There's not a whole lot of glorification. There's not a whole lot of any of that. This is just like, I mean, it's a slow burn, but to me, it's a good one, and it's a truthful burn, you know?
Yeah, this 1977, that's the same year as Star Wars. This is a big year for me as a child.
I bet.
I really loved this movie at the time. I used to draw that poster a lot in school. In fact, one time I had a T-shirt with that on it, with the Devil's Tower and the saucer above it and the road leading up to it, that poster.
Yep.
I had a T-shirt with that, and one time in school I instigated like a drawing contest where everybody was going to draw the picture on my T-shirt. And of course I won it. I think it was slightly rigged.
Maybe just a teens.
Yeah, a little bit. And of course, that Alien theme song, the 5-note theme, big hit on the radio. There was a disco version of it.
You're kidding me.
Yeah, oh, you have not heard it?
I guess I haven't heard the disco version of the song. No.
Okay, I believe the group was called Miko. Not Me Go. That's that is a toy company. They did a disco arrangement of the theme to Star Wars.
Okay, I think I've heard that one.
It was a big hit, so they followed that up with disco theme to Close Encounters. I think they were on the same album. Let's see. Star Wars and Other Galactic Funk. Yes, I was correct. Miko, M-E-C-O.
Miko
was the company. And it had Well, it looks like that particular album was all Star Wars stuff, but I'm pretty sure they did a Close Encounters one too.
That's pretty
So,
crazy.
Yeah, after we're done here, go on YouTube and look it up.
Let's say you're not going to sing it for me.
I mean, it was like do 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 ba-da-ba-da, ba-da-ba-da.
I feel so much better that I requested that you sing that.
You know, when it came on at the roller rink, it was that or the Star Wars one. We'd get very excited, skate a little faster.
That's too funny to me. I can't believe I've never heard that.
Yeah.
Didn't even know it existed.
Oof. So, Close Encounters of the Third Kind. This was explained to us in various trailers for the movie, but nobody mentions in the movie itself what the fuck they're talking about.
Right.
So you
had to pay attention in the marketing campaign.
Yeah, which is insane. The title is derived. This is from Wikipedia. The title is derived from UFOologist J. Allen Hynek's classification of close encounters with extraterrestrial. The first kind is a sighting. Second kind is physical evidence. And the third kind is contact. So we get all three kinds in this movie. And then there's a movie that I'm supposed to be discussing with somebody else called The Fourth Kind. And some people have classified actual abductions as the fourth kind, which we do have in this movie.
That's right.
So,
Kind.
I mean,
that is true.
An abduction is a form of contact.
In multiple forms.
Splitting hairs.
Wish you could become a morning person? You know the type, up before the sun, early morning runs, first one to the office with donuts and a smile. How do they do it? Easy. With the new Galaxy Watch 8, sleep tracking and personalized insights from Samsung Health help you improve so you can wake up to a whole new you. One who, dare I say it, skips the snooze? It's possible. Train your sleep with Galaxy Watch 8. Learn more at Samsung.com. Requires compatible Samsung Galaxy phone, Samsung Health app, and Samsung account.
The family that vacations together stays together. At least, that was the plan. Except now, the Dastardly desk clerk is saying he can't confirm your connecting rooms.
Wait, what?
That's right, ma'am. You have rooms 201 and 709.
No, we cannot be 5 floors away from our kids.
The doors have double locks. They'll be fine.
When you want connecting rooms confirmed before you arrive, it matters where you stay.
Welcome to Hilton. I see your connecting rooms are already confirmed.
Hilton, for the stay.
Splitting hairs is the fifth or sixth kind, I'm pretty sure.
Like I said, I really enjoyed this movie as a child. Watching it now, I'm not so sure. Of course, I'm...
What changed? I mean...
Well, I grew up. I'm much more skeptical, one might even say unbelieving, in regards to alien visitations now. But also
really?
the movie...
Not a believer, I see.
The distances are just too great. I'd love it if they came here. However, if they came here and behaved like this type of alien behaves, fuck them.
Right.
They're assholes. Land on the lawn of the White House and say, we're here. This sneaking around, knocking people on the head and probing them and, fuck that shit. Fuck that prime directive,
I do agree with you on some of it. I don't know that I would tell them to land on the White House lawn. That's
well,
just me
in front of the
personally.
UN. Perhaps in front of the UN might be a better
There we
place.
go. That's to me that sounds like a safer.
Yeah. Land on the White House lawn.
No, I do understand. I do understand what you mean. They are kind of assholes. They abduct a little kid. They bring all these people back in. Spoiler at the very end of the movie, bring all these people back in that have been gone for 45 years or however long they've been gone for. I don't remember. And they're all the same age and all their families are dead or have considered them missing and gone.
I assume that we're dealing with, time dilation from near light speed or faster than light speed travel.
But still, It might have been better for them to just stay gone. I mean, do they assimilate back into their family, into the real world? Does the government just hide them and test them for the rest of their lives? These are all
take
other
them all
questions
out.
that I've had.
They debrief them, then they take them out back and shoot them. That's
Once again, don't land in the White House long.
yeah. So they've probably only been gone for a few days, weeks at the most, from their perspective.
Right, in their yeah.
Which is another, because aliens have to understand time dilation, and that's another dick move on their part. So, to me, looking at this movie now, I think the behavior of the aliens doesn't make a lot of sense. And I think it's because, Spielberg kind of pieced this together from various bits of UFO lore, and he just took all these ideas and tried to bring them together into a coherent story. But because they're not a coherent story, they're just people interpreting things they've seen or heard or felt as UFO visitations. Trying to turn that into a narrative with structure is going to be difficult. So we're not going to go through the whole plot. We'll just kind of do an overview. But the weird things are happening. Things are appearing that some airplanes, a boat, things that disappeared long ago are just showing up in places they don't belong. The ship is like in the middle of the desert.
Mm-hmm. Yep, the Gobi Desert.
And there's a government team led by some French dude. Oh yeah, meanwhile, people are having close encounters and receiving some sort of psychic message or imprint or something that seems to be telling them to go someplace.
Right.
Before I get too much into it, let me get to the cast. I forgot to mention our cast. The French guy reminded me because he's kind of somebody.
Because he's French.
Yeah. Richard Dreyfuss as Roy Neary. Francois Truffaut as Claude Lacombe. He is mostly like a film director. Mm-hmm. This might be the only acting he ever did, I think.
I believe you're
right.
Yes.
No, it's the only acting in a film he did not direct, and his only role in an English language film.
Okay.
So, Terry Garr as Ronnie Neary. Melinda Dillon as Gillian Gillier. Bob Balaban as David Laughlin. J. Patrick McNamara as Project Leader. Warren Kimmerling as Major Wild Bill Walsh. Robert Blossom as Farmer. Philip Dodds as Jean-Claude. Carrie Guffey? Guffey. It's Guffey. It's Guffey. It's Guffey. As Sweet Bay Guffey. He plays Barry Gillier. Oh, that's the kid. Barry. Lance Hendrickson as Robert. Meryl Connolly. I don't think I realized that was Lance Hendrickson. Meryl Connolly as team leader. George Dicenzo as Major Benchley. Gene Dynarski as Ike. Joseph Summer as Larry Butler. Carl Weathers as military police. David Abraham Chulkar as English Hindi interpreter. Yeah, we see a French guy giving a presentation before some big conference where he does this weird thing with the hand gestures and the notes, which is supposed. So throughout these various encounters and stuff, there's this 5-tone sequence that people are experiencing and repeating back. There's a interesting scene with a whole group of people in India all kind of singing it together. And the French dude has taken these hand signals that somebody developed for teaching music to deaf people.
Right.
And, attach them to this 5-tone thing. But why? Why has he done this? I don't know. And then
I think he's trying to make it universal.
Yeah, he shows us this to this conference, and I'm like, okay, so. And then later on, he does this to the aliens, and they do it back, but I don't think they necessarily have attached it to the notes. They're just like, oh, the monkey made a hand gesture. I'll make the hand gesture back at the monkey. But
we're also going to clap.
Yeah, I don't think it meant anything. It's just nonsense. So this one guy, Roy, Richard Dreyfuss, he has a close encounter, gets a bad sunburn. I love Richard Dreyfuss.
How can you not like Richard?
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
I was
in Jaws.
Yeah. Because of this movie, I ended up, if he was in something else, I would watch it. So, Let It Ride, great movie, underrated. Go watch. I think Terry Garr's in that. I think Terry Garr's in that one too. Pretty sure.
Let It Ride. I got to write that one down.
Yeah, Let It Ride. It's a great little movie. Moon Over Parador, another one.
This means something. This is important.
Just good. This means something. This means something.
Sorry, I was going to try to pepper that in throughout the entire.
Millions of children around the world playing with their mashed potatoes because of this movie.
Oh, right. Yeah, that's true.
Which version did you watch, Jed?
I watched the director's version, director's cut.
Yeah.
But I did look at a bunch of the things that were different between the director's cut, the special edition, and the original theatrical. And like things like you were just talking about earlier, the boat that they find in the middle of the desert wasn't in the original theatrical cut.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of these little ones that are just like, okay, like I guess that does make it cooler that they went back and added all this stuff. But
I guess I was just
in the movie theater.
I guess I was just remembering it from the special edition and thought it had always been there.
Yeah.
So yeah, folks, there's 3 different edits of this movie. The original theatrical version. Studio pressured him to do a special edition where we see inside of the alien ship. So at the end of the movie, the aliens have basically sent out a message saying, "We will be at this place at this time. Meet us there."
Giving coordinates.
The government, the government has gotten this message, but people like Roy have been getting it sort of subconsciously. They've been seeing this image of Devil's Tower, which is a very unique land structure. It kind of looks like a mountain with the top cut off. In where is it? Wyoming?
I believe so.
So they go meet the aliens. The aliens let go. While at the same time these aliens have been returning shit, they also decided to just randomly abduct an extra child for a couple of days.
Like you do. And
I don't know
and why did they abduct him and bring him back in what would have been 30 seconds or 2.5 seconds in space time for him? They're just like, come on, get this kid off of our damn ship.
I feel like somebody on the ship didn't get the memo. I feel like there was a conversation off screen that was like, "Gary, what are you doing? This is a return trip. We're not taking right now. We're returning. Why did you take that? Oh, damn it. We'll just put him in with the others. Hopefully his mother will be there because we sent her the psychic message too. So hopefully she'll be there to take him.
Somebody's going to be sleeping on a couch because we don't have anywhere else to put him."
Yeah. So these airmen and various other people from the airplanes earlier in the film, various other people, the government's got a whole list of these missing people. They're checking them off as they
Very
come off the
convenient.
ship. And then they've assembled a team of volunteers to go back. And since Roy has broken in and has been in communication, they decide to let him put on a jumpsuit and go.
And because with the not the scientist guy, but the French guy is like, he's one of the only people who were actually invited here.
Yeah.
Through all this psychic communication or these signals or whatever that they were receiving, I think is why they, let him in.
The government's made a cover.
Hey, you broke in. Get in line. Get in here.
The government's made a whole cover story about a chemical spill or something to close off the whole area, but some people snuck in anyway. And
I'm telling you, this is exactly how all of this would go down.
Sure.
For real.
Which is why you should just land in front of the UN and bypass all this shit. But yeah, there's a point when the interpreter yells out, "They were invited here," when the government's trying to throw these people out, put them on a bus and send them away. So the aliens kind of go down the line and reject all the people that the government has chosen and take Roy by the hand. These little preteen ballerinas that they've recruited to play aliens have
not you suck. I don't think so. Yeah.
And Roy leaves his wife and children behind and gets on the alien spaceship. And in the special edition, we get to see a glimpse of what's inside of the ship. But Spielberg didn't really want that. He didn't like that.
Yeah.
So later he made a third version, the director's cut, where he took that out but put some other stuff back in. I think one thing they cut from the special edition was, even though they added stuff, was when he's building the thing in his house, the big model, the earlier part of that scene where he's digging stuff up and shoving it through the window. It starts with her taking the kids and leaving, and they cut the part where one of the kids is helping him try to throw plants and dirt through the window. And
that was in the director's one, at least.
It is.
Like I said, I watched it. Yeah. Is it?
But I was just mad.
He's just
Yeah. I was annoyed that part was cut from the special edition.
Cut.
So
I got you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was put back in for the director's. The director's cut is the longest version.
Yeah.
Definitely.
It's got most of the same stuff in there. I'm glad that. I guess I need to see the special edition one where he sees inside the ship. I'm sure I have it at some point, but I just can't remember it right now.
You can just fast forward. Oh, it's possible that someone's just put that scene on YouTube and you could just watch that.
Well, so like I was telling you, I was checking out those scenes and it'll tell you, like it'll say, which one did you watch or which one did you want to watch, all that. So you can see stuff that was in ones that weren't in another one. And like I said, I just got it on Apple TV or whatever, but it comes with all three versions. So
really?
You just pick the scene. Yeah. They're like, this scene wasn't in the director's cut. It was only in this one. Then you click on that scene and it just shows it to you.
Huh.
So it's pretty cool.
I have it on Vudu and they want you to pay for each version. So this does not appear to be streaming free anywhere, folks, but it is available to buy or to rent and all the things. But it sounds like you should get it from Apple.
And last month it was $5 to buy and $3 to rent. And on October 1st, it went up to $15. I was like, damn it, why didn't I buy it the other day? Oh, well.
I don't go on Apple that much, but I'm always on Vudu looking for the $5 deals.
Well, I own Close Encounters I own it on
Laserdisc.
Laserdisc. I own it on VHS and I own it on Blu-ray, and now I own it on digital. So
okay, yeah, I just have the digital.
I do that with my favorites though. So
I don't think I even bought it.
I even have the soundtrack, the soundtrack on record of Close Encounters.
I probably used to. I definitely had the Star Wars one. Folks, we used to sit around and just listen to record albums, and before, you kids today, you don't know. You just don't know. When Star Wars first came out, if you wanted to see it again, you had to go to the theater, and it didn't stay in the theater forever. Although it was re-released like 4 times, not counting the special edition decades later. So what you would do, you had 2 options. You would just sit there and listen to the double disc soundtrack album, or you might have a little story of Star Wars book with cassette tape. That was a little picture book. That was like a summary. It would have clips from the movie, but it was mostly a narrator just telling you the story. And there was versions of that, both cassette and record album of many movies back in the day. We had Robin Hood one, we had a Lady and the Tramp one.
If you're really lucky, you recorded the Star Wars Christmas special on tape and watched that. And then immediately burned the tape to scrub your memory.
I didn't have a tape at the time. I had to buy a bootleg at a comic convention years later. But now it's on YouTube. So
you can watch the riff tracks.
Yes.
People make fun of it because that's in a way the only way I can watch it.
Yeah. So what else about Close Encounters, Jed? What is some of your favorite parts?
Well, so I don't know that these are necessarily my favorite parts, but things that I thought was interesting because I was a big UFO person, a big space person, all those kinds of things growing up. So I guess that's another reason I like this movie so much is because it pulled from a bunch of that. They were pulling from actual tales of people or of things that had gone wrong, like planes that were lost, ships that were lost, I was a big Bermuda Triangle fan person, So, all these different reports of these things and how they tied that in, I really enjoyed that. And then the same thing with the face, the burning of the face after being exposed to the radiation coming off of the ship. That's in so many different reports, either where ships have landed or coming in contact with them specifically. They talk about, the burns that you would get and the radiation that would be coming off of it. And once again, I love when they tie all that real world stuff into all of this. I also thought that the brilliant way that they tied in product placements into the storyline and had them be like the government trucks that were all plastered with Coca-Cola and Baskin-Robbins and Piggly Wiggly and all that kind of stuff. I thought was just brilliant. It's like, that's the way to do it, man.
So talking about those,
not in the style that they did with in Wayne's World. It's like, I'm not open to product placement.
Okay.
Yeah,
Wayne's World,
making it so obvious.
Wayne's World stole that joke from Return of the Killer Tomatoes.
Oh,
well, Return of the Killer Tomatoes did it first. I can't say for certain that the writers of Wayne's World saw Return of the Killer Tomatoes, but they did that joke first.
Right. So yeah, if you're doing bragging rights, they got the bragging rights.
Yeah. Partway through the movie, they've run out of money, and somebody suggests we could do product placement.
That's hilarious.
So, but you're talking about these your so-called real-world reports. I wanted to mention the cultural impact of this movie, because prior to this movie, so people often have experiences that they can't explain or don't understand. It could just be a thing they saw that they couldn't identify. It could be something like sleep paralysis, or just a straight up hallucination or whatever, but they can't explain it. So they will tend to interpret this through the cultural lens of whatever culture and time period they're in. So in the past, somebody suffering from sleep paralysis might imagine that a demon was sitting on their chest.
Right.
And now someone having that experience, if they're not familiar with what's going on, might have some idea of an alien holding them prisoner and possibly even abducting them. Before this movie, when people reported alien encounters, the descriptions of the aliens varied quite widely. Mm-hmm. But once this movie came out, they became almost exclusively little gray aliens with big heads and big eyes, which that description did come from somebody's report. But like I say, there was a lot of different descriptions. By choosing that description to show in this movie, they now told everybody what aliens are supposed to look like. So when somebody had one of these experiences and their brain cooks up a image for them to see, that was now what they saw, because that's what the culture told them to expect to see. So you still get some variation, and people that are into this have 2 or 3 different species that
the
they
grays
identify.
Versus the whites versus the
There's some fucking lizard people and whatnot, but the grays have definitely taken the front seat in the popular culture of this is what aliens look like, and that's because of this film. Whether that's a good thing or a bad thing,
right,
it's up to you.
I do remember hearing about that was a thing, but I don't know. I'm still a believer. I've never been abducted. I've never anything like that. If I have, I don't remember.
Else, Jed.
Just do
no
what?
One else has been. I said neither has anybody else. No one has ever been abducted by an alien.
I know you have such strong stances on aliens and ghosts, and I love it.
People sincerely believe that they have, but they have not. So, well, they have. They have no.
I will say, going back to our own people, the way that the government was gaslighting everybody. I think that's exactly, once again, how all of it would happen nowadays. And to an extent, I want to say that this movie, I was not even born when this movie came out, but I want to assume that this opened up a lot of people's eyes to how easily they could be deceived once again by their own government. And I think they just did it brilliantly
sure.
in this movie. You know, I
Right.
really did.
At the same time, although the government is lying to people in this movie and covering things up, they are also fairly benign in that the government representatives all appear fairly nice.
Well, the
Nobody
sci-
actually
like the
does.
Scientists,
No one,
like
yeah,
the scientist people that are all there at the very end and all that
Yeah.
kind of stuff. Yeah, they don't. But it's. I mean, they definitely put the asshole as being the military aspect of the our arm of the government. You know, they're the ones that are making the call to gas the people, to give them sleeping, powder or whatever to
Right.
make everybody get the hell out of there.
but we don't
as
see them
opposed to
shoot.
the science.
We don't see them shoot anybody or.
Yeah, nobody
throw
dies for that
anybody.
matter. So
Yeah. Now,
Yeah.
of the two, though, I think the aliens are the bigger assholes in this situation. So, I'm not saying the government aren't assholes, but the aliens just tell us you're here. Don't sneak around about it. Just fucking dicks. Aliens are dicks.
you know that. Well, that needs to be your tagline from now on.
Yeah.
I do think it's funny in the sense that you would be in that room where they're all talking about the UFOs and the aliens or whatever that they've seen, and then there's that guy that comes up and he's like, "I saw Bigfoot once." The old man that was also at the other part, and then just completely takes any kind of credibility out of the room whatsoever. You'd have been like, you'd point him right at that guy.
Well,
y'all are all of him.
Bigfoot is an interdimensional being, which is why there's no physical evidence for him.
Oh my God. Okay, never mind. You would be that guy instead.
No, I'm not. I don't believe that. There are people who are like, well, why is there no evidence? Well, because he's actually an interdimensional being.
I guess I haven't heard that one before.
Oh yeah, well, people will bend over backwards to explain away the holes in their ideas.
I do want to say that this was definitely one of the, once again, this comes back to just being Steven Spielberg as a filmmaker at the time that he was making films. Practical effects filmmaking at its finest. Really.
Yeah.
I mean, loved it.
We've been going in reverse order, not on purpose, but this is the first of
Right.
Spielberg's alien movies. The other two being E.T. and War of the Worlds. So
I do love me some E.T. as well. But what I like about this one as opposed to E.T. is E.T. is very childish. I mean, it comes from the point of view of the kids and all of that, and it's almost a kids movie, whereas this one was not. This one, once again, it feels like the realness factor of it all.
Well, apparently E.T. was originally going to be a lot darker, and then during development it got more kid-friendly. I like to think that they are in the same universe, actually. Close Encounters and E.T.
I mean, once again, different kinds of aliens. I mean, the one thing that didn't happen is nobody started seeing E.T. whenever they started being abducted. So, it was
true,
still
but
the gray aliens.
Yes, but E.T. was definitely presented much more fictionally.
Yeah.
Whereas this movie has the stench of based on a true story about it without actually saying that.
Right.
Especially when I think they actually had that UFOologist in the commercials explaining the three different types of close encounters.
Now I got to go back and watch the
Those
promos
might be
for
on
it.
YouTube.
Yeah, but say they
might be
that
on
or they
YouTube.
may be on that. They may be on that the thing that I bought too.
Yeah. But it really isn't saying that they never explain in the movie itself why it's called that.
Well, they make you do your own work. Look, if you're not going to watch our ads, buddy, do your own work. Which back in the day would have been looking in the encyclopedia because there was no internet.
Right. But particularly the special edition, it seemed like there should have been some text on the screen at the beginning of the film. It would have been a natural thing to do.
I mean, they could have easily weaved it into part of the something, a news report, whatever.
Yeah. Well, Jed, we're using a 5 saucer scale this year. So how many flying saucers are you going to rate Close Encounters of the Third Kind?
Well, I'm sure it seems unfair, but it is one of my favorite movies. So I'm gonna go all 5, man, all 5. Okay. That's right. I'm leaving no leeway.
I'm going to give it 4.
Okay, that's pretty good.
For all the reasons I said. Well, just out of nostalgia's sake. I think, 30 years ago, 40 years ago, I might have given it 5 stars. But now I'm giving it 4.
You seen better Alien movies since then?
No, I just don't like Alien movies as much as I used to.
Gotcha. So it lost a saucer on its own merit, not because something knocked it out.
No.
Of the way. Gotcha. That's what I was.
I mean, some movies this year I have given 5 saucers to, but they are, things that are more fictional, less trying to pretend like they're real, or
Like for that same reason, I'd probably give, the Men in Black movie pretty high one as well, because I just think they completely, enveloped that world, and they made that work. So
I mean, I believe I gave They Live 5 stars because it's actually about something else.
Sure.
Aliens are a metaphor for something else, and the something else that they're talking about in that movie is important to me. So.
Sure.
So there you go.
That's another great one too.
Yeah. Well, that's going to wrap it up for today, folks. Jed, thanks so much. Is there anything you want to plug while you're here? You've got I was on your podcast the other day. Tell us about that.
That's right. I have a podcast that's called Jed Talks Live. And in case you missed it, last week, Dominic was on my podcast. So go check that out and listen to that. It's about... it's actually about talking about what you're doing right now, this 31 Days of Horror. I got one coming up with a friend of ours named Ray, who wrote a book, a horror stories book. So I'll be doing that one tomorrow with him. So be on the lookout for that. Should be fun.
Yeah,
one more thing. Go ahead.
I am also recording with Ray sometime this week. So.
Excellent, man. He's working the circuit, man. No, I was just going to say, this is important. This means something.
This means something.
That's really all I wanted to say besides that.
Okay. Yeah, Thursday I'm recording with Ray. Tell them the name of your podcast. We'll put a link in the show notes, but tell them the name of your podcast.
It's Jed Talks Live. There's another guy out there that did Jed Talks way before I did, but mine has the word live at the end, so you should find it. It's getting some more up there now. So
even though it was pre-recorded, it's
well, the way I look at it, I mean, when I first started doing it, it was live on location that I was recording it. They were going to be ones that I recorded out of the studio and live on location somewhere. That's kind of where the live part came from. And now I just kind of say it's Jed Talks Live because I try not to do any editing and just kind of push the record button, and eventually I want to live stream them. But I haven't gotten to all that. It's just a one-man band over here at my house, just like it is at yours. So
yeah. I, however, edit the shit out of these things. So it's
I like to keep it all natural.
It's because I started out doing audiobooks, and so the idea of leaving in a cough or too big of a pause just bugs the shit out of me. So,
well, I've got this really cool button. It's a mute button that I go, and then you can't hear it, just like that.
This mic doesn't have that. I have another mic that does, but this one does not.
But I do appreciate coming on your show and getting to do this every year. It's always a lot of fun. We always have a good time chatting it up.
Yep.
So thanks for having me on again.
Thanks for being here. Well, folks, that is going to wrap it up for today. If you like what we're doing here, please like and subscribe and rate and review. Wherever it is you're listening, consider checking out our Patreon. Until next time, I have been Precious D. My guest has been Jed Dusler.
Dun, 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 dun.
Remember, I would put the disco theme in here, but I've already got one copyright strike against my YouTube channel, and I'm not going to take the risk.
I don't blame you. That's why I graced the audience with my beautiful pipes.
So until next time, remember to keep watching the skies. And we won't see you, but you will hear us next time on Monster Movie Fun Time Go. You've been listening to Monster Movie Fun Time Go. If you enjoyed the show, please consider rating and reviewing us on your podcasting platform of choice. You can leave us a message and find links to all our things at mmftg.com.